Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to Cooking with Charles. I'm your host, Charles. It's been a little while since my last episode, and I do apologize, but I'm back in the saddle, back in the kitchen, and I am ready to strap the feed bag on, imbibe with a nice libation, and show you how to cook with love. So, folks, go get your own libation and come back and watch me drink myself to sexy. We'll see you in a few minutes. Hey folks, how are you? Welcome back to the show, Cooking with Charles. You caught me pounding my chicken, so give me one more second. I gotta finish this off. Almost done. What's that old adage? After a long, hard day of work, there's nothing like coming home and pounding your meat. Anyway, tonight, as you can guess, we're having chicken as the main attraction of our show. And I am just pounding it a little thin. I took some boneless breast of chicken, cut it into cutlet sizes, and oh, this puppy is still a little thick. Now, why do we pound chicken when we cut into cutlet size? Well, it makes it thinner so it cooks a lot faster. And by now, you're probably asking, what are we having tonight? Well, we're going to have chicken francese. I've heard it pronounced francese, francese, francesco, and francais. So we're going to call it chicken francese. And what is that? Well, that is an Italian dish that, yeah, it sounds French, but it is an Italian dish. All it refers to is dredging of flour and dredging of chicken, or any meat, in flour and an egg wash. That is a French way of cooking. And the Italians, who take everybody else's technique of cooking and they make it their own, have done so with this. So what do you need? What are the goods you need for tonight's menu? Well, first and foremost, you need about 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of boneless breast of chicken. You also need some all-purpose flour, a couple of eggs, a stick of butter, some chicken stock, as well as some dry white wine, which you know we never have enough white wine on the show. We can always drink more. Always next to drink more wine. We also have some parsley right here. And I got a lemon floating around somewhere. Right over here next to my mushrooms. A lemon. All right, we're going to put this all together. And we're going to have one delectable dish. I also brought some mushrooms because, as I always say, you take a dish, you make it your own. I'm going to show you the basics of what I just put up on the screen. And, well, I like mushrooms. I'm going to put mushrooms in. So the first thing we're going to do is get my pan going here. This may take a few minutes for the oil to heat up. And where is my oil? That's right here. Yeah, it's going to heat up nicely. Voila, it is done. All right, now I'm also going to get my dredging station set up. Let's give me a few moments here. Okay, get this out of the way. Now, to do about 1 pound of chicken, or 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds of chicken, you will need 3 to 4 eggs. Unfortunately, I can only bring 2 tonight because I made ice cream today, and I forgot I had the show tonight, so I had a few less eggs than I wanted to. Now, with your flour, you can season that any way you want. I'm going to add a little bit of basil to mine, as well as some garlic powder. Some salt, and some pepper. And you know what? Because I brought it, I'm going to use up the rest of my onion powder. Now, just give this a good mix. I don't know if I mentioned flour when I was going through the goods, but you need about 1/4 cup, some people say 1/2 cup of flour. Because what we're going to do, Let me get another plate out over here as well. This will make things a lot easier on the back end. Okay. That's heating up nicely over here. Very simply, to dredge. Now, some cooking shows, you'll see them dredge in a bowl. I prefer something flat like these, okay? It's easier to get everything in there and work it around. Much easier than doing it with a bowl. First thing you want to do is give yourself some liquid encouragement. Nice Chardonnay. By the way, our Chardonnay tonight is a Barefoot Chardonnay, a nice, inexpensive, everyday wine. Always happy to have that at my table. So thank you to the folks at Barefoot Chardonnay. All right, we are going to flour, dredge an egg, and then flour again. And we are just going to keep on doing this. And we just need a quick little dip. And each of these. Oop. Oh, nice big piece here too. So you can do 2 at a time. Isn't this exciting, folks, watching me dredge? Egg, flour, flour, egg, egg, flour, flour, egg. All right. And see, this is where I'm getting low on egg, so I may have to cut it short with my chicken. But this is going to give it a nice crisp crust. It's going to get a slight nutty flavor with the flour. And you, my friend, are going to be the hero of the dinner table. Oh, look at this. I got enough. 2 eggs did it. However, there's not a lot of egg left over. Okay. So right now, we're just going to get this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to have to wipe these mitts off here, because that's the thing about egg and flour. It's just messy. So bear with me 1 second. There we go. All right. Okay, let's check our oil. Looks like it's getting warm enough, but what we're going to do is just take a little bit of water. Oh, it's getting there. It's getting nice and hot. So, all we're going to do, yeah, that's the pop we're looking for. We are just going to take about 4 pieces at a time. We don't want to overcrowd the pan. Okay, we're going to let this stuff cook for about 2 minutes aside. All right. And that's it. Tell you what, folks, right now let's take a quick break. We're going to let these cook for a while. We come back, we'll have finished cooking the chicken, and we'll start with the sauce portion of it, okay? So come on back in about 2 minutes, and we'll have this thing going full force for you. Welcome back, everybody. Listen, for that 2 minutes I mentioned, guess what? We were very busy here with TV Magic. I got this entire plate of cutlets cooked in 2 minutes, at 2 minutes aside. Go do the math on that one. Anyway, we're finishing up over here. I cut up some button mushrooms. I am caramelizing those, getting them nice and dark and flavorful. As you can see right here, look at that, that's beautiful. And I'm finishing up these cutlets. I got some broccoli right here because we all need vegetables. And if you're gonna email me and say, hey, where's the starch? You don't need to starch every meal. I personally am cutting back on carbs of all types, unless they're like carbohydrates from something like a broccoli. So, we are looking good right here. So we're gonna take a drink and congratulate ourselves. All right, let me check this out here, guys. Oh, looks good. Take this one off. That one's perfect. All right, we're gonna turn the heat down a little bit here. Now, this is gonna make the sauce now. This is gonna get a little hot for a second. Yeah, look at that. That, folks, is called deglazing a pan. Put some chicken stock in there. What that does, all those burnt bits on the bottom of the pan, it's lifting those off. Think of that as little tiny flavor crystals. And also realize there's a name for that. That's called the fond, F-O-N-D. So we got some chicken stock, about 1.5 cups, and a good douse of wine. Now, what we're gonna add to this, we're gonna put this back up to high. We're gonna add some lemon juice. We're also gonna get some lemon wedges in there. So first, squeeze some lemon. Now, traditional recipes of this call for up to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. I personally, if you're cooking with lemon, do it to taste, because some people love lemon, some people hate lemon, some people don't know they love lemon, but they think they hate lemon, like my wife. So I always use half of what things usually call for things like lemon juice. And then I will put the lemon right in there. And what else? Oh, we need some butter. Gonna put in about 2 tablespoons. And if you're new to the show, you know I love cooking with butter. And don't be afraid of fat in your food, like butter. Because one, well, they're finding out it's not as bad for you as they thought it was. It's more the carbohydrates, hence I'm not eating those as much anymore. And also, it gives it flavor. And if you see me use 2 to 4 tablespoons of butter in a dish like this, realize it's feeding up to 6 people. So, because there's a boatload of chicken here. So yeah, if you're gonna sit there and eat 4 tablespoons of butter, you're gonna get fat. You're gonna have a heart attack. But when you spread that out amongst everybody, guess what? It's not too bad, you get a lot of flavor. I think I'm also gonna add a little bit of pepper. And when you do put butter, make sure you're careful not to get the wrapper in there. Yeah, when I cut the butter, got a little bit in there. So, what we're gonna do with this is we're gonna put this on high. Just gonna stir it around like this. I turned it down when I added the chicken stock, and then I turned it right back up to high. All right, and you wanna take a fork like this, or some tongs, and you just want to scrape the bottom and get every last bit of those flavor crystals, AKA the fond, F-O-N-D. Yeah, I learned that while I was on break, and I was like, oh, look at this. We have a fire happening right here, folks. Now we don't. Always exciting when you're cooking with Charles, because you know what? When you're cooking with Charles, you're cooking with good looking, huh? That also reminds me, we have some business to attend to. That's right, folks. If you want to know where to find me after the show's over because you just can't get enough of good looking, well, look no further than YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, Cooking with Charles M. Put that in as a search, and guess what? You'll find this video and all your Cooking with Charles favorites. You can watch 24/7, embed them in your emails, share them on Facebook. Everybody will love you for it. You can also email me if you want to call me the biggest idiot in the world or the best food lover in the world, cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. I will respond to all emails, and, well, I might even do a recipe for you. So please, give me your comments, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, I don't care. Because my ego is big enough to deal with it. Okay, so let's get back over here, see what we get going on. This, folks, is looking good. Now, as that's cooking, we may want to take a little bit of flour, pour that in there. What that's going to do is that is going to thicken it up just a little bit. Just that little teaspoon is making it nice and thick. All right, we get our broccoli going. Perfect. All right, now we're gonna get our garnish ready. Parsley, folks, parsley, that's the future right there. Let me just get a few sprigs for garnish right here, because we have garnish and we also have flavor. Parsley is one of those things that you're going to find in every restaurant, on the side of your plate, and in all your food. And you know what? It's a great spice, or great herb, I should say. All right, we're going to take all the stems off, because this portion of the parsley, we're just going to chop it up. Smell-o-vision, guys. I'm going to invent it so that you can smell what I'm smelling right now. It smells heavenly. Oh, I love it. All right. Sprinkle that in there. Let's check out our broccoli. It's feeling good. It's feeling good. Guys, everything is smelling wonderful. All right, we have reduced this by quite a bit. Now, if you're the type of person that wants a thick sauce, put more flour in it. If you don't, then it's done. Now, Chicken Francese. Ha ha, Francese. Who knows what it's called anymore? But all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take these cutlets. I'm just going to put them in here so that the sauce will even thicken some more once I put these in here. This is going to be perfect. I'm not going to do a big flip because there's a lot of stuff in there that's going to go flying everywhere. But if you kind of do a half flip, you're going to move things around very nicely. And I'll just take this too and take what's in the bottom, move that to the top. Guys, this is going to be good. All right. Guess what, folks? We're going to take another 2 minutes. When you come back, I'm going to have this cleaned up, and we are going to see what we've accomplished tonight, okay? All right, so come right back, and we'll be ready to taste it. And we are ready to unveil the star of tonight's show. All right, folks, let's check this out. Chicken Francese, okay? There it is. Isn't that beautiful? Now we also have another way. Let me switch plates right here. This, folks, is if you're going to serve it home style, family style, which means everybody's going to get a little garnish there, make it look good. Look at that. That you pass around the table. This is if you're making for you and your lovely. Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, incredible, guys, incredible. There is nothing like chicken with an egg batter and flour and a little bit of lemon and garlic. It makes me so happy to taste this. All right, goes. Talk with my mouth full again. Should I do that? All right, folks, you have just spent a perfectly good half hour with me, or thereabouts. So until next week, remember, food is love. Love what you cook and share it with the ones that you do love. Till next week, you're cooking with Charles. We'll see you then.